I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Jenn Delaney. I am a massage therapist, a certified fermentationist, mother, daughter, friend. And you're asking yourself, who is this woman and why should I listen to her? A few things about me, but give me 1 second. I need to be a little bit real with you. This whole, I'm wearing a dress shirt. We're going to fix that. We're going to get real here for a second. And here we are. I want to be authentic. I want to be real. I want to show you who I am. And this is it. Graphic t-shirts, fuzzy slippers. Every interview that you see will be done with a dress shirt on or a sweater. And I thought that's what I needed to do to make you believe that I'm a professional and I know what I'm doing and I'm the authority here. Here's what I can tell you. I've been sick. I've been very sick twice in my life. The second time when I was starting massage school, the second year of my program, I went and I looked at my teacher. I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this. Excuse me. I have this peripheral neuropathy in my hands and my feet, and my doctor doesn't know why. And I hurt all over, and I'm exhausted. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And she said, well, you can try, and there's modalities that you could do, energy work, whatever, that maybe you don't have to be so hands-on. So I continued with my studies. I continued doing what I was doing and loving what I was learning. And this is more than a decade ago. And I finished, and I was sick. I will tell you right now kind of a funny anecdotal story about how sick I was and how crazy I got. The doctor decided that the best course for me was to take a whole bunch of Xanax so I could sleep. I don't advise that. And I lost about 3 weeks of my life that I don't remember a minute of. I ran into another student who had been in the program a year earlier than I was. And I said, man, I don't know what I'm going to get tested on tomorrow. It's finals week. I'm heading into anatomy. I feel like I've lost my mind. She goes, didn't you get a take-home final for that class? We had a take-home final for that class last year. And I went, I've had it for 2 weeks. I've had it for 2 weeks. It's due tomorrow. She goes, you'll be fine. It'll be okay. I'm like, I don't know if I'll remember. I don't know if I'll remember to do it when I get home. So I walked into my anatomy final and I looked at my instructor and I said, I need to write something on my arm. And she looked at me like I had just said the strangest thing in the world. I said, I need you to see, I don't have test results. Well, I have something written on my arm now. I don't have test results or anything on my arm, but if I don't do Julie's take-home final in this Sharpie so that when I get home, I can remember to do it. And I explained to her that I was sick and that the doctor had prescribed this medication and it was making me crazy. And she said, okay, do what you need to do. And I walked around for the rest of the day with Julie's take-home final written on my forearm. And I got home and I stayed up till 2 in the morning and I got it done. And I turned it in the next day and I almost failed the anatomy final because I couldn't remember all of the parts of the kidney. But I passed. I passed all of my courses by the skin of my teeth. I got the take-home final done and I got my massage license. But I was still very, very sick. That particular doctor was a fibromyalgia expert. So that was what he did. So he diagnosed me with that, Raynaud's, and something else. He goes, I don't know what it is. He goes, I diagnose 5 to 10 new fibromyalgia patients every day. And you have that for sure, but you have something else, this whole peripheral neuropathy thing. And there's something else going on here. Could be MS, could be Parkinson's. We're going to run some more tests. But I want you to do this elimination diet. Okay. I've done elimination diets. 20 years ago, I got in a car accident. That neurologist put me on a very strict diet. I learned what I could and could not eat off a list she gave me. I started simple. I added things in. I tested, I retested. I still do that to this day. If I start to get cluster headaches, I still take this wisdom this woman gave me all these years ago. I will put a link to that list here in the show notes because I think it's important if you've ever suffered from migraines. But after a 3-week elimination diet, this doctor said, oh, well, it doesn't seem like you have any problem with food. Just take the Xanax and you'll be fine. You just need to get some sleep. Okay, well, Xanax makes me sleep and it also makes me crazy. It wears off about 3 o'clock the next afternoon. I don't remember anything from the day before. And then I have this really high anxiety, stressy thing that I do, and it's horrible, and I'm mean to people, and I warn people, but I do it anyways. So I really started delving deep into my diet. All personal work. I was studying for my massage boards. I was doing everything that I could to get healthy. I was raising a child that I would take to the park and that could barely get out of my car. I would take a little older than a toddler. I would take her to the park and I would get her out of her seat. Like some days I could barely get the buckle undone. And I would take her and I'd sit on a bench. And I would tell her, go make friends. You gotta go make friends. Mommy can't play with you today. Mommy hurts. I promised I wasn't going to get this choked up, but here we are. And again, I want you to see that this is real. This is raw. This is who I am. And this is my mission. So, okay, let's check that off. So my baby learned to make friends, introduce herself to people, and be this amazing human being. She is 16. She is living in the dorms at college because about 8-9 weeks ago, she decided, I'm going to go for spring term. And poof, she made it happen. That's who she is. She's amazing and she's a blessing. And thank God she's my little food Nazi. She watches over what I eat still. Are you sure you should be eating that, Mama? Yeah, some days I'm like, yeah, I am. And I'm going to be sick tomorrow and I'm not going to complain. But I dialed my diet way, way down. I eliminated all kinds of foods and I started journaling everything that I put in my mouth. If it was a piece of gum, I know what kind of gum it was and what kind of sweetener went in it. If I ate a salad, I wrote down all of the ingredients. I narrowed this down and I did this for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I went back with a highlighter and I was like, okay, what did I eat where I felt worse? What did I eat when I felt better? Show me what happened the 3 days before I felt like I wanted to die again, where I felt like I had been beaten by a baseball bat, even my hair hurts, flu ache kind of pain. Why am I having peripheral neuropathy in my feet that makes it so I don't want to get out of bed? And so I dialed all of this stuff down and I started to see a few patterns. And they're not necessarily patterns that other people are looking for. I will tell you right now that I'm a little iffy about nightshades. So tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, peppers, onions. They tend to give me an achy, I call it having my Hulk gloves on, where I feel like my fingers should look like they're this big. They're so stiff and they're achy. And then I have the pain and the brain fog, and that is a corn allergy for me. People are like, corn's in everything. Trust me, corn's in darn near everything. But I don't eat it. I don't eat anything that has cornstarch in it because I know that that's my trigger. So I spent my entire massage career explaining this to people, explaining to people that I had dealt with my migraines the same way, that I can look at a stack of bananas and tell you if that banana is going to give me a headache, a migraine, or if I'm fine just to eat it today. 20 plus years, I've been dialing this in. So I had this beautiful, wonderful ability to share with people, to help people. And I just didn't feel like I was serving enough people. I wasn't getting the message out far enough. So I decided that I wanted to do this wellness summit, that I really wanted to insert myself into this world, do some writing, do some blogging, help other people get their message out, get my message out. And here I am. You're saying, okay, Jen, why should I listen to you? And I know that you should. I am a jeans and t-shirts and flip-flops, and I'm going to tell you Star Wars, superheroes, Pinky in the Brain. This is who I am. And after this summit, this is all you're going to see. You're going to see the Jen who likes to dress up once in a while. These are my $10 silver earrings I've been wearing for 15 years. $20 silver cuff I've been wearing for 25. This was a quarter. I made this. I am the world's biggest dork, but I have a big heart and I know some things. It's been joked that I'm a vault of completely useless information. I'm never short of a conversation topic. I can help you with almost anything. I can get a stain out of darn near any kind of fabric. Just saying. Dawn dish soap, baking soda, peroxide. Best thing ever. Anyway, Uh-oh, here comes the cat. I am a dog lover. I am a cat lover. I am a mother. I am a friend. I am a sister. I am a daughter. And my only goal here is to help you. Help you connect with somebody who might be able to help you. Maybe you will glean one thing from all of these speakers and it will be life-changing. Maybe it won't be life-changing. Maybe it won't be epic. But it might help you. It might give you a piece of information that you can then give to somebody else. Again, life-changing. I want to touch. I was a massage therapist for more than 10 years. I like to touch people. Not like that. I want to touch as many lives as possible. And this is my platform. And you're going to see it in jeans and t-shirts and probably no shoes. It's cold in Texas right now, so I got my shoes on. I have a tiny house. I'm that weird. Like I said, 16-year-old daughter in college. I'm an empty nester. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm 43 years old. I have nothing to hide. You can ask me anything. I'm going to answer it. It may not be pretty. I'm going to give you as honest an answer as possible. But I want to serve. I want to research the things that are important to you. If you have a question, if you see a speaker and you're like, I need to know more about that, I want you to email me. You'll have every access to find me, to seek me out, to ask me questions. I will tell you that when all of this is over, I'm going to do a course. There will be a paid course that has nothing to do with this series. 8 weeks. 8 weeks on how to food journal the way I food journal. And it's not just the food journaling. There's a mindset shift that has to be made. You have to get out and move. You just do. And I'm talking about not running marathons. I'm talking about parking the furthest spot in the aisle of the grocery store that you normally park at. Because then you've moved a few more steps. Start with what you're comfortable with. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not all these things that other people see as authorities. I've interviewed some doctors. They're here on this series, and they're wildly amazing people. They are sharing their message, and they want you to be happy, healthy, and whole too. So you have an email address where you can email me. You have all of these speakers over the next 10 days who I hope you learn some wonderful things. You will not agree with everything. I'll tell you right now, I don't agree 100% with everything that was said, but I appreciate their message. I won't even tell you which ones that I don't agree with and why. But I think that you will glean something from every speaker. I tried to keep some of them short. Some of them are not short. Some of them, the message is worth it to me to put it all out there. So if you have questions, email me. It's me. It's just me. There's no team. There's no assistant. There's no VA who's going to filter through that. I will do my best. I will be honest. I'm going to be traveling in early March. So as this is ending up, I have to go to my grandmother and my grandfather's final interment. Not a sad thing. This is amazing. A little family reunion, and we're putting their ashes together in their final resting place. So I'll be on the road, and I'll have my computer, and I can access with an internet connection just about anywhere. And I may or may not take my tiny house for its first little voyage. I really am that weird. Just gonna say that again. But I want you to see who I am. Not the jewelry and the dress shirts and what I got into this thinking I was supposed to do this professional thing. This is me. From the heart, down and dirty. We'll see where this goes. This may be a future podcast. This may be another video series. I'm pretty sure that there is going to be another summit middle towards the fall, maybe, I don't know. It's been suggested that I do another one already, and this one's not even out. But know from my heart that what I want for you is for you to glean some sort of nugget of information that may or may not help you or somebody you love heal, or just feel a little bit better, or get off the couch and get moving. So many people make New Year's resolutions and say, I'm going to do this thing, and they have no plan, and they have no structure, and they have no support system. And if you want to pop over to Facebook and join our group, I'm going to leave that open after this is over, and we can be your support system. We can help you, encourage you, love on you, whatever you need. And when it comes down to brass tacks, if you get curious about what's on my arm, just breathe. That's what you got to do. This was had to do something to remind myself I was in a place. It wasn't the best place, but I was in a place and I had to do something to remind myself every day. And tattooing my forehead was a bad idea, especially since it would have had to been backwards to read it in the mirror. But here we are. No dogs, no cats in this frame. This is awesome. Jeans, graphic t-shirts. But just know that when I put a message out there, when I offer help, that my background is massage, food journaling, biohacking the snot out of this body to keep it healthy, because I know how tenuous that health can be. Because 10 years ago, I wanted to be bedridden. I didn't want to get up every day and make my kid food and take her to school and go to school myself and go to work every day. And I powered through. And I'm in the best place I've been. And part of that's a mindset shift. One of the speakers, Steve G. Jones, I swear I have listened for the last 9 days, I think I'm at, listen to his free gift every night. Sometimes I sleep through half of it. Sometimes I listen to most of it. I love it. If you just need a little nugget, a little mindset shift, then maybe Steve can help you. If you need a little motivation, Scott Welly, who you're going to see today as well, awesome. I love his just mark it off on the calendar. I actually mentioned it in several of the interviews. But overall, and a message that you will hear over and over and over and over and over and over again, I can't emphasize enough, is give yourself a little bit of grace. Give yourself a break. We all fall off the wagon. We all have a bad day. We all have a day where you're like, I hate everything and I just want to get under the covers and go to bed. And sometimes you need to do that. Go right ahead. But don't stay there. Don't dwell. Give yourself a little bit of grace. Give yourself a little bit of credit for the work you have done and you are getting done, even if it's an extra 10 or 15 steps a day. Even if it's, I cut out that extra cup of coffee in the afternoon. I cut out that donut because I drive by that place every day. Whatever your thing is, give yourself a little bit of grace. And I will see you on the other side. I'll be active in the Facebook group. I will be available by email. I love and appreciate you all for being here and going on this journey with me and accepting that I'm a little crazy. Just ask my kid. She'll tell you. If my hair turns pink through this process, get over it. I waited till the very end so that there weren't pink hair spots all through this. Last year, I will put pictures up. Last year, I had a red mohawk. I had a yellow mohawk. I had a platinum with lavender tips at my daughter's graduation because she said at 16, can you do lavender? Wait, can you do platinum with lavender tips? I said, well, maybe by graduation, it'll take a minute. And I had a 4-inch tall white with lavender tip mohawk. And I'm not going to apologize for being a little bit off the beaten path. I think it gives me a good perspective. Again, love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you on the other side.